Actually, I will do a question if someone has a question. It's hard to see. Well, anyway, the film is not a Disney film, as you know. It's an independent film, and it's something that I really want to do. I want to keep it independent, and I really wanted to make the film that showed what an independent filmmaker can do. Well, one person doing all the drawing, and then we had other people helping out with with the music and the sound and the voices and stuff like that. It was a 7-year project, and because of COVID, I had to take a break for 3 years doing music videos and stuff like that to make money, so I could pay for the film. So it's really it was a long, arduous project, and I'm really happy with the results, and thank you so much. So should I start the master class now? Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, I'll do that. So I want to talk about how I make my films, how I survive as an independent. I'm going to show a few of my films that I think are really important, and also I will do some drawing demonstrations to show you how I draw. I brought my Sharpie here. Put it in my pocket here. And because I think drawing is really important. Is there anybody here who wants to be an animator or is a cartoonist already? I see a few hands. Well, I wanted to talk about how anybody can make a film, make their own film, and actually make money doing it. And so that's what I think is really important. I grew up in Portland, Oregon, and as I said, it's north of California, but it rains a lot of rain. So I spent a lot of my time indoors drawing, and that's how I passed the rainy afternoons, was doing cartoons. I was a big fan of Disney. I was a big fan of Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and the Warner Brothers. I copied that stuff a lot. In fact, when I was 12, I sent a package of my cartoons to Disney. I sent Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse, the traditional stuff. And they sent me a letter back saying, your work shows promise, but you're too young, come back in 20 years. So I kind of forgot about it. And then I still had that desire to be an animator, but unfortunately, when I got out of college, animation was dying. Walt Disney had died and his studio was going bankrupt. Warner Brothers had stopped doing films, Fleischer Brothers, all the Popeye films, they stopped. So there was no real place for me in the business. So I moved to New York City and became an illustrator. And I did lots of, Playboy, Penthouse, men's magazines, New York Times, National Lampoon, Rolling Stone, whatever there was, that's how I survived. But I still wanted to do animation. I wanted to see my drawings move. So I decided to do a funny experiment of a guy who is really boring. He's got a triangular face like that, very thin eyes, and his hair is very slick back, very oily hair. And he's singing this song. And he's wearing a suit. This guy always wears suits. I don't know why. I just find it very humorous when they wear suits. And so I took this guy here, and I tried to think of him in how many ways could I distort his face. And I think I came up with 32 distortions. And I put him on there, and I sent it off to some festivals. And will show it for you now. Can we show your face, please? I think we're going to show it. Anyway, while we're showing it, I will finish the drawing here. You can go ahead and start the film anytime you want.
Your face is like a song. Your sweet eyes whispering and all just sing along. Your features are in tune. Let's sing together and turn every month to June. Your face hurts, makes me a happy fellow. No more singing a cappella, no longer lonely, loving you only. Your lips with mine will rhyme, and when they touch me, it's a symphony divine. Your cheek sure is your hair. Weave me a melody so rare. Your face holds.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Marie McKellen, who's a great musician I met as soon as I got to New York, was one of my guiding forces for my music. And we would play bars and dives all over New York City doing our songs and our music. And when I started doing animation, I had to get her involved in my films. So I asked her to do this song here. And I was too cheap to hire a male singer, so I had her sing it, and then we slowed it down to give it that warbling, your face is like a song. And I gotta tell you, this movie, this 3-minute movie, it's a nothing movie, changed my life. Because it was the first real film I did on my own, first real animated film. I remember when I first played it for an audience. And it's a scary thing because, you know, if they don't like it, you're in trouble. So it was a group of animators in New York City judging for this festival. And I was in the back row, I didn't know anybody. And I was in the back row and this film started, and within 3 or 4 seconds, everybody was laughing. And I went, what the heck's going on? This is crazy. And they kept laughing, and it was like a drug. I felt like I was levitating because it was such an out-of-body experience. And then when the film was over, everybody came over to me and said, are you Bill Plimpton? Did you make your face? I said, yeah, that was me. They said, well, let's go out and have a drink. Let's go and talk about animation. And I went, man, I'm home now. This is it. This is where I wanted to be all my life. And I was about 39 years old then. I was old. And finally I got into animation. And the next day I called up all my newspapers and magazines. I said, I'm quitting print. I'm going into animation. They said, you're nuts. Animation's dead. Nobody makes money in animation, especially short films. I said, no, I think I can do it. And so I started sending out to festivals. All the festivals loved it. I remember at one festival, Annecy, which is in France, they, after the screening, everybody came up to me and were offering me money. You know, BBC and Antenne 2 and Arte, they all wanted to give me money for my film. I went, what the heck? I didn't know this And so I was making money right off the bat, and it was crazy, you know, how that started. And then I decided to make another film, How to Kiss, 25 Ways to Quit Smoking, One of Those Days, and I made a whole series of short films, and they were all really successful, extremely successful. And I put them together on a video cassette, and I started selling that, and I realized when I made that video cassette, it was about an hour long, and it's almost a feature film. And so I said, what the heck, why don't I just make a feature film? So I called up Maureen, the musician. I said, let's do a version of Yellow Submarine, but with American music, like rockabilly, Delta blues, country western, surfing music, all the kind of music that I grew up with. So we did it, we put it together, and we got into Sundance, which was very rare because I don't think they'd ever shown an animated film, a feature film there. They showed shorts, but not a feature. And the film was a big hit. People were applauding and laughing and you know, standing ovation. And I remember I went to a luncheon, a filmmaker lunch at Sundance. And so all the filmmakers could meet each other. And this one nerdy guy comes running up to me. Oh my God, Bill Plimpton, oh wow, How to Kiss, how did you do that? Where did you do your modeling? And you know, I Married a Strange Person, Your Face, that's the funniest film ever. And it turned out it was Tarantino. He was there with his film Reservoir Dogs, which was a huge hit at the festival. And after that, he took off and became this superstar director. But one story I'd like to tell is when the film wasn't being sold, I was really disappointed. I was really sad. And because I thought the audience loved the film. It was a great film. And I was riding the bus. I have a bus that goes around to all the ski resorts. And I saw the guy who ran Lionsgate Films, a big guy, a big studio. And I ran up to him and said, oh man, I forget his name, I think it was Don or something. Oh, did you see my film? Everybody loves it. We need, you know, we're looking to get distribution. Can I give you a copy? I have a copy here. He said, no, I got so many films to see, a stack this high of cassettes that I have to see, and I just don't have time to see more films. Oh, darn, that was so depressing. I was really thought I had a sale here. And just then, the doors open on the bus, and the snowboarder comes on the bus, and he's got this knit cap with snow dripping down his face. He's got a snowboard, and his caked with snow, just snow everywhere, tromping with his feet. And he says, dude, you're Bill Plimpton. Man, I loved your film. You rock, dude. Keep it going. And he jumps off the bus and starts sledding down the hill. And so the guy from Lionsgate looks at me and says, well, I guess I better see your film, huh? And he saw it, and he bought it, and he paid me good money for it, just because of that crazy surfer dude, you know. It was amazing. And so that's the way the industry works. That's for independent. There's no real guarantee you're going to make money on this. I don't know if Slide's going to make money, but I think it's a really wonderful film, and I think people will love it. So that's why I gamble my career on it. I want to tell you one more story. When I was in Portland State, I was going to film festivals, and there was a film festival there, and this guy was showing what's called industrials. They're films that advertise, but they're long. They're like 20 minutes long, and so I went up to him and said, "Oh man, your film was great. I love it." And he said, "Well, why don't you come home? I'll show you my more of my films." I said, "Yeah, I'd love that." So I went up there, and then I walked in the door, and here was this little kid, like 14-year-old kid on the floor, drawing cartoons. And I said, "Wow, you're a cartoonist. It's good. I love meeting cartoonists." And it turned out that was Matt Groening, the guy who does The Simpsons. And so we became friends. And I remember we were in Annecy about 10 years ago, and he said, "You know, Bill, you should do something for The Simpsons." And I said, "Great, I'd love to." And so I'm going to do a Simpson drawing, and then I'm going to show you the thing I did for The Simpsons, or one of the things I did. So this is Homer, something like this. And there's a little trick that he showed me of how he puts his name in the cartoon. You gotta do the hair here. The ear. Let's see if I get this right. He does M. This is an M. It's upside down. Sorry about that. And then this is a G here. So it's Matt Groening. That's how he puts his name in there. So next time you see a Matt Groening cartoon, you know where. So that's something. That's kind of messy there, but that's Homer. So let's show The Simpsons face, Homer's face, and this will be the next one we see. You'll recognize the
face is like a storm. Your sweet eyes whisper, and I want to sing along. Your features are in tune. Let's sing together and turn every month to June. Your face comes, makes me a happy fella no more. Singing a cappella no longer lonely. Loving you only. Your lips with mine will rhyme, and when they touch me, it's a symphony divine. Your cheeks, your ears, your hair, weave me a melody,
Thank you. Thank you very much. I've done 6 or 7 of those, they're called couch gags. This is by far the most popular. Everybody went nuts for it because it's such a weird film, and people knew my film, Your Face. They knew the connection that was the influence. I forgot to show you my shirt. This is my cowboy shirt that I wore for the slide. So you got guitars over here and everything. So the tune was a success, and I kept making features. I've done 9 feature films now, including the slide. And what happened was it started a revolution in animation. All of a sudden now, people say, well, Bill Plimpton did the tune by himself. I can do it too. And I think that's wonderful because people are making feature-length animated films at home, on their computer, on their laptop, or maybe just scribbling on paper and shooting it with their camera. So the tune was the film that really started it all, started that whole revolution for independent animation. So I'm going to show you one bit of education here in my master class. These are my 3 tips to be a success in making animation. It's called Plimpton's Dogma. And these are the 3 rules. Rule number 1, make your film short. I judge a lot of film festivals, and if I see a 20-minute film on there, already I don't like it. I don't want to see it because if it's bad, I'm stuck for 20 minutes, wasted time watching a piece of crap. So keep it like 5 minutes. My guard dog film was 5 minutes. That's easy to sell. It's not expensive to make. People have time to watch a 5-minute film, but a 20-minute film was too long. Nobody wants to buy it either. It's just hard to sell. Number 2, make your film cheap. My films cost about $1,000 a minute, and so about $5,000 to make a feature film. And I do that by doing as many parts of the production as I can. In other words, I come up with a story. I come up with the storyboard, character design, the backgrounds, the animation, the special effects. I do all that stuff. And that saves me a lot of money. This money for $1,000 a minute mostly goes to the musicians, the voice actors, and production costs, things like that. So try and keep the budget as low as possible. And then number 3, make it funny. Now, I don't know why that is. I don't know why when people see animation, they expect to laugh. But I guess they're conditioned by Disney and Warner Brothers that animated films will be funny. It's funny, I look at this, short, cheap, and funny. That sort of defines my dates, my girls that I date. Short, cheap, and funny. Never mind. Anyway, for example, I was nominated for an Oscar with Your Face. Your Face